Now let us move on to the next part of speech, that is adjectives. Okay, now adjectives. We tend to have a confusion between adjectives and adverbs. I would be telling them together, but first let me take the adjectives. Please do remember, when we are talking about adjectives, they try to tell us something more about the noun. Okay, they try to tell us something more about the noun. Okay, it describes the noun, or we also call adjectives as describing words. Okay, the flowers are beautiful. Now when I talk about flowers, what will I talk about them? I talk about their beauty. Okay, how are the flowers? They are beautiful. They are beautiful. Okay, now when I read this, the author, or shall I take a specific author, Chetan Bhagat. Okay, Chetan Bhagat is a well-known author. When I am saying this, I am talking about Chetan Bhagat. What is he? He is an author. What is that extra information that I am getting about him? Yes, he is well known. He's quite famous. So always remember, when I'm talking about adjectives, most of the time adjectives follows the noun. It follows the noun. In the previous example, when I said Chetan Bhagat is a well-known author, author is a noun, whereas well-known defines or describes what kind of author. Yes, a well-known author. Now again, in adjectives also we have quantity and quality. Now when I am talking about quantity, adjectives of quantity, they answer my question, how much. When I am talking about quality, it means what kind. Okay, adjectives of quantity and quality. There are some flowers at the store. So flowers is the noun. How many flowers? How much? Some flowers. A few flowers. Okay, if I go for having the uncountable thing, I hope everyone knows the countable and uncountable noun. If not, let me just tell you briefly about it. Now, when we were discussing about nouns, we came across the plurals, we came across the singulars, the genders, yes. We also have something wherein we use these kind of nouns. Okay, now when I am talking about nouns with respect to adjective. Okay, in adjectives also we use certain kinds of nouns, countable and uncountable nouns. What are countable and uncountable nouns? Countable nouns will give an answer to how many, and uncountable nouns give an answer to how much. Rice, I will say a kilo of rice, I will say a liter of oil, I will say 10 liters of water. I won't say two rice grains, I won't say 2 drops of oil, no. Because oil, rice, all these are uncountable nouns, except when I am defining their quantity, I will know it is 1 kg, but I am not trying to define their quantity. Rice, oil, sugar, all these are uncountable nouns. Okay, uncountable nouns. Countable nouns which you can easily relate to or which can be counted. And please take a note, furniture, information, these are the 2 very commonly used as well as commonly asked questions in all kind of examinations, and yes, these 2 are uncountable nouns. Now coming back to adjectives. Adjectives will tell us something more about the noun. Until here I was very clear. And then I'm talking about the kinds of adjectives, quality and quantity. Quality will tell about the kind, what kind of attributes the thing or the person has, whereas quantity will tell us how much. Okay, now what about the adverbs? Why there is a confusion between adjectives and adverbs? First of all, let us have a clarity. Adverbs are related to verbs. Adverb, it means it is giving me some more information about the verb. Okay, it is giving me some kind of information about the verb or the action performed. When the action is performed and some other information about that action, related to that action, is given, yes, then I will call it as adverb. Adjective will relate to the noun. She danced gracefully. She is the subject, danced is the verb. How did she dance? She danced gracefully. If you frame the question, how was the action performed? This was it. Okay. Now when I am talking about adverbs, there is something called adverb of degree. Okay. When I am talking about adverb of degree, I am talking about to what extent or what was the intensity of the action performed. She was very thirsty. Now there is no main verb here. The auxiliary verb was plays the role of main verb, and very is the intensity or the extent to which that action was performed, or it shows the extent. Okay, she was very thirsty. Okay, the man was very furious. It shows us the intensity. Now when I am talking about adverb of frequency, how frequently you do certain things. I go to the market daily. What is your frequency? Daily. The paper or the magazine arrives fortnightly. In the sense, fortnightly, 15 days. Once in 15 days, I have an issue of the magazine coming in. So when I am talking about adverbs of frequency, adverb of time also, we tend to have a lot of confusion between time and frequency. Frequency, please remember how often you do the action. Time, when have you done the action? I had my lunch in the afternoon. I had written the test at 9 a.m. in the morning. What is the time you have performed the action of writing? Yes, 9 a.m. in the morning. So when you frame a question, when, how, when the action performed, how the action was performed, how frequently you do the same action, to what extent it was performed, you are talking about the adverb. When you are talking about the adjectives, what is the color of the adjective? Like when I am talking about what is the color which is related to the noun. Okay, how many numbers, is it singular or plural? What is the size? I have a square wooden table. The word square tells me about the noun table, whereas wooden is the material noun. Okay, so here when I am talking about the size, the shape, the color, and again the origin. If I talk about the adjectives and I am talking about something about the origin. Yes, we have a table which is Italian. We have an Italian marble. Okay, we can say this, not a table. Let's leave the table alone. Let's bring in the floor and the marbles. We have the Italian marbles for the floors or for the flooring. So when I'm talking about what kind of marbles, where they are originated, yes, Italy. Okay, when I'm talking about age, yes, I do know age is just a number, but yes, when I'm talking about age, yes, again, I'm talking about the adjective. Age with respect to noun. Age tells us something about the noun, not about the verb. Verb will not have age, but noun will have age. Please analyze in this way. You will be able to fetch your answers. And there is an order for adjectives that we always use. We have certain order wherein the adjectives come. Okay, I have called it Dosakamp, that is D for description, O for opinion, size, shape. Then we have the color, origin. Then we have the material, purpose. So when I'm talking about all this, the Dosakamp tells me about the order of the adjectives. Okay, easy to remember, Dosakamp. That is the description, opinion, size, shape, age, and then I come next, that is the color, then the origin and material and purpose. This is the order we follow the adjectives. In this order we write it. Okay, so always remember, when we are talking about adjectives, it is something related to the noun. When we are talking about adverbs, it is something which is related to the action. I hope you are clear with this. Thank you, and we shall move on to the next topic, that is pronouns.